Paper Towns starts with a midnight adventure. Quentin Jacobson sits in his bedroom in Jefferson Park, a subdivision of Orlando, Florida. His neighbor, Margot Roth Spiegelman, taps on his window and invites him to join her for a night of revenge. Though they were childhood friends, they have grown apart in high school. Quentin is a band geek while Margot is popular and mysterious. Despite his hesitation, Quentin agrees to drive her around Orlando in his mom's minivan. The night takes them across the city to carry out Margot's elaborate plan. They visit the homes of her ex-boyfriend who cheated on her and friends who kept this secret. At each stop, they leave creative pranks like removing an eyebrow while someone sleeps or placing a fish in a hot closet. The ordinary suburban streets become a playground for their mischief and justice. When morning comes, Quentin feels alive after his adventure with Margot. He sits at his desk at school, hoping their night together will change things between them. But Margot doesn't show up to class. The school hallways feel empty without her presence. Days pass and Margot still doesn't return. In the quiet of his room, Quentin learns this isn't the first time she has disappeared. Her parents seem unconcerned and refuse to file a missing person report. They believe this is just another of Margot's attention-seeking stunts. Quentin discovers a clue Margot left behind. On his bedroom window, he notices a small piece of paper pointing to Walt Whitman's poem, Song of Myself. The pages of the book in his hands become a treasure map as he finds highlighted passages that might lead to her location. More clues appear in unexpected places around his house. Quentin finds an abandoned mini-mall called SeaWorld on a map where a black dot marks a specific location. The faded building stands empty, like Quentin's understanding of who Margot really is. Quentin's friends Ben and Radar join his search. The school library becomes their investigation headquarters as they research paper towns. They learn these are fake towns mapmakers create to catch people who copy their maps. But Margot used the term differently in a note she left behind. Margot's bedroom, which her parents allow Quentin to search, more clues emerge. He finds a music poster with holes poked through it. When he holds it to the light, it reveals a map to another paper town called Agloe in New York. The bedroom walls that once held Margot's secrets now offer a direction. Graduation day arrives, but Quentin's mind stays fixed on finding Margot. At the ceremony held on the school football field, he realizes he must leave immediately for New York if he wants to find her. The cap and gown he wears become travel clothes as he persuades his friends to join his road trip. The highways stretch before them as Quentin, Ben, Radar, and their girlfriends race against time. Their minivan becomes both vehicle and confessional space as they share stories, fears, and hopes. The road trip teaches Quentin about friendship and the different ways people can matter to each other. In the exact spot where Agloe should be, they find only an old barn. The disappointment feels heavy until Quentin notices a small figure in the distance. Margot sits alone writing in a notebook. The grassy field between them represents the gap between his idea of Margot and who she really is. Inside the abandoned barn, Quentin finally sees the real Margot. She never intended for him to follow her. She explains how she felt like a paper girl, flat and empty in her Orlando life. The barn's worn wooden walls witness their honest conversation about expectations and the danger of turning people into miracles. Their journey ends with understanding rather than reunion. On the dirt road leading away from Agloe, they share a goodbye kiss knowing they will go separate ways. Quentin returns to Orlando with new wisdom about loving people as they really are, not as we imagine them to be. The road home feels different now that he understands we are all more than paper towns or paper people.